Girl, winter is so last season. And now spring's got you looking at pictures of tank tops with hungry eyes. Your algorithm is feeding you cutoffs. You're thirsty for the sun on your shoulders. That perfect hang on the patio sundress. Those sandals you can wear all day and all night. And you've had enough of shopping from your couch. Done hoping it looks anything like the picture when you tear open that envelope? It's time for a little in-person spring treat. It's time for a trip to Ross. Work your magic.
I'm Rico.
And this is ATC Presents Daebak K-Rambles, where a couple of friends review Korean dramas. Hey Rico, how are you?
I'm doing very well. This is our second show that we are covering here today.
Yes.
It's exciting. It's exciting.
It is exciting because I feel like we've gotten through Boys Over Flowers, and so anything's possible. We can only go up from here.
Right.
So, yeah.
So, with that said, if this is your first time listening to the show, go ahead and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. We're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, we're on Google Podcasts, and many more. And if you do like us, go ahead and give us a review on Apple Podcasts. 5 stars goes a long way for us.
Yes, come check us out on social media to stay up to date on our latest episodes and reviews. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at ATC Daebak Pod. Lastly, if you're a fan, please consider becoming a patron. It's a great way for you to get involved and show your support. You can check out the page on patreon.com/alwayscriticpod. Okay, Rico, we have a very exciting show that we got to watch. It is called, drumroll please, Descendants of the Sun.
There it is.
Yes, so this is a 2016 drama. I happened to catch it while it was airing in 2016, so this is my first time coming back to this show. And of course, you watched it for the first time. Yes. Do you want to give the synopsis, or do you want me to do it? It is quite long. I actually had to shorten it because the Asian wiki was like really just so verbose.
Exactly. Okay. So according to Asian wiki and cut down by Jessica, Shi-jin, who is played by Joong-Ki, is the captain of the special forces. When he catches a motorcycle thief with Sergeant Major Dae-young, who is played by Jin-gu, the thief is sent to the hospital, but not after stealing Dae-young's cell phone. They go to the hospital, retrieve his cell phone, and in the ER, Shinji meets Dr. Mo-young, who what is pronounced Song Hye-Kyo.
Yes.
For the first time. So Shi-jin and Dr. Mo-young meet for the first time. He falls in love with her immediately. Shi-jin and Mo-young begin to date, but due to their jobs, their dates don't go well. Shi-jin takes an order to lead his soldiers on a peacekeeping mission to the country of Uruk. Meanwhile, Mo-young becomes upset that she fails to become a professor due to a colleague's privileged background. When Shi-jin and Mo-young meet again, they talk about their views on life and realize how different they are. Shi-jin, as a soldier, kills to protect lives, and Mo-young, as a doctor, tries to save all lives. They say their goodbyes. 8 months later, Mo-young rebuffs the sexual advances of a hospital chairman, Suk-won, who is played by Tae In-ho, and as retribution is assigned to lead a medical team in Uruk, and there Shi-jin and Mo-young meet again.
Yes, so
this is all like very early on in the show.
This is this synopsis doesn't even cover like episode 2 or 3 onward.
This is just basically, hey, this is the first episode.
Exactly. So this aired originally from February to April 2016. It is 16 episodes long. And since last time we did directors, we'll do directors again. This had a trio of directors. Lee Eung-bok directed it, Baek Sang-hoon directed it, and Yoo Jong-sun directed it as well. They have all gone on to do amazing things. Lee Eung-bok, I would say he had the biggest pedigree of all of these guys before they were on Descendants. He directed Dream High. Woo! Dream High. What a throwback, guys. Dream High 2, which I never watched. School 2013, which I haven't watched. And then directly after Descendants, he directed Guardian, the Lonely and Great God, a.k.a. Dokebi, a.k.a. Goblin. Guys, that is another hit show. If you haven't watched Goblin, go watch Goblin. And then he directed Mr. Sunshine, which is a Netflix show. Baek Sang-un, after Descendants, he directed Love in the Moonlight from 2016. I love Love in the Moonlight. Go watch that if you haven't. And then The King, Eternal Monarch, which is a Netflix show from 2020 featuring our guy from Boys Over Flowers, Lee Min-ho.
Hey, look at that.
Hey! Yes, so I definitely watched that as well. There is a review on the Daebak blog with my thoughts for The King, Eternal Monarch. Yoo Jong-sun, after Descendants, he directed What's Wrong with Secretary Kim from 2018. Guys, I haven't watched What's Wrong with Secretary Kim, but I know for a fact that show slapped. Everybody was talking about that show. Everyone loved the crap out of it. So these guys are great directors. Now, you already said some of the names that we see.
Yes, I did.
Yes, so we have Song Joong-Ki as Captain Yoo Si-jin. He's currently on the hit Netflix show Vincenzo, which I haven't gotten around to watching. Maybe season 2. Maybe, I don't know. If you guys want a season 2, let us know. Maybe we'll watch Vincenzo. And he's also in one of my favorite Korean movies, A Werewolf Boy.
You love that movie.
Love that movie. He is the werewolf boy. Okay, Song Hye-Kyo is Dr. Kang Mo-yeon. She is a model turned actress, and she has been famous a very long time, Rico.
Okay.
Very long time.
Long time?
I know her from Full House, which was a show from 2004 with Rain. Have you heard of Rain before?
I've heard of Rain.
Okay.
I've heard.
It's like 2004. I mean, the fashion was terrible. The timing was awful. Everyone was super young. And this is a cohabitation drama.
Gotcha.
So through all these circumstances, they have to end up living together. So yeah, she lives with Rain. That's amazing. And then I also know from That Winter the Wind Blows from 2013, which was super melodramatic. That's like pure mellow. She plays a blind woman.
Oh, okay.
Enough said. So yeah, and then we have Jingu plays Sergeant Major So Dae-young, and he's basically like the sidekick.
Yes.
To the captain. And then Kim Ji-won plays the Army Doc Yoon Myung-ju. Yes. So that rounds out our cast of, well, just 4 people, like the main people.
That's the main cast. Like, obviously there's
exactly.
others, but this is where the show focuses its energy on.
Yes. So before we get started, I just want to say that I was obsessed with the show. when it first aired, I was like all over it. And I was all caught up with the whole drama that Song Joong-Ki and Song Hye-Kyo were dating, and then they got married in October 2017. This was like a huge deal. Like,
right.
This show was so huge. It was like as if Kate and Leo got married right after Titanic.
Right. Gotcha.
It was just like amazing. Everyone was like, oh my God, it's like real. The love is real. And then they promptly got divorced in 2019.
2 years later.
And it was so dirty. Like, I think he bulldozed their house to the ground.
Whoa.
Yes, he bulldozed their house to the ground because he got it in the divorce. It was like so insane. So, yes, keep that in the back of your mind that like there's real drama going on behind the scenes for these two. Anyway, Rico.
Yes.
What did you think of this show?
All right. So I can start because we are taking a journey through multiple shows. So I can go based off what we've already seen, which was Boys Over Flowers. I like it more than Boys Over Flowers. I don't know if that's a high enough bar because Boys Over Flowers, I didn't even finish. As you can listen to in this last episode that we did, just go back in your podcast feed. This one, all that said, I enjoy a lot of aspects of it, mainly the romance side. I like. I have no problem with the plot mechanics of, their jobs keep them away or they feel like they're too different. That's good. All that's good. I would say that a couple of things that just come up and it feels like they're jostling between 2 different types of shows in a way.
Okay.
Just in moments, but not like the entire time. Like there's an entire subplot dealing with, and I read it inside of the synopsis, Like there's a guy who gets taken to the ER later on in the show. There's like this, human trafficking subplot type of thing.
Yes.
And like there's a lot of things that like just get introduced and you're just like, like the show feels kind of different when it goes here. And then it just goes right back into like its rom-com-ish type of show. So I enjoyed my time with it. I could say that.
Okay. Yes. The show, I mean, I would say that every K-drama has the main storyline, which if it's a romance drama like this one, then you have your main couple or what have you going through ups and downs. And then you have all these subplots. And some subplots are better than others. So in this one, yes, you mentioned like a whole like drug and sex trafficking ring that's in through Uruk, that country that they're in. And they're just kind of dealing with it on the side.
Yeah, it's not even like every episode.
No, not every episode deals with it. And then you have some flashbacks for Song Joong-Ki's character where he feels kind of guilty and haunted by a previous mission where he simultaneously saved a comrade, a Private Ryan, which he like kind of uses that Saving Private Ryan deal and names the guy Private Ryan. And he simultaneously loses his Tom Hanks, like commander. So, yeah, we get flashbacks of that. And certain things really work and certain things do not work. And we can talk about more about that in spoilers. But overall, you felt like it was a good show.
A good show, yeah. There's still like a lot of they're still not as bad as the last show, but there's still melodramatic moments that kind of pull me out. It's just not my thing. So, so it'll pull me out, and I'm just like, okay, let's just wait for this moment or something to pass by, and then I can enjoy the next thing that comes up on screen.
What did you feel about the acting?
I think,
because I feel like that was a major complaint in Boys Over Flowers, is that they were just like so outlandish and over the top.
I found this much better than anything that I saw in Boys Over Flowers. I think all four of the leads that we have mentioned already, they are believable to be in relationships, to have back and forths with each other, to have the plot run through these characters. So, and I found it believable with them. So, and there was like a natural repartee between the characters that felt like good to watch. And I wasn't like cringing or anything when I'm watching them. So that's a positive right there. There's a couple of like side characters here and there that are either too hammy or way too like, over the top, but that's like side characters you barely deal with. So, so I thought the acting was much better here in this show than in Boys Over Flowers.
Yes. So you talked about chemistry a little bit with the cast, even like between the four, that we mentioned, let alone the couples, because they're essentially two couples. So you felt like their chemistry was good, and then did you also feel that the romantic chemistry between everyone was good as well? So
between our two main stars, which is Song Joong-Ki and Song Hye-Kyo, those two, actor and actress, their chemistry was good because there was a playfulness there between the two of them that I really enjoyed. That I did not enjoy the counter, which was the other couple, the other stars, which was a lot of like stern, serious, can't show our emotions. I get it. It's like a forbidden love in a way. But like we
can talk about that in spoilers.
I didn't really prefer that. I preferred our main stars. Our main stars are the draw, and they do a very good job of being a couple. There's back and forth, there's fights, there's love, there's, so it's a believable couple.
Yes, I think that the main couple, Song couple, as people like to call them, they had so much chemistry. They were super flirtatious with each other throughout. and really sold the show. Even like now on second watch, I was like, if they in any way drop the ball, like the show would tank.
Right, exactly.
Immediately. Like they are the ones that are carrying the show. And for sure, the second couple have their moments, but I'm not in it for Sergeant Major and So Dae-young and Myungju at all.
No, neither am I.
You know, there's some shows where you have a second couple where you're like, oh my God, like I'm really invested in their story as well. But I wasn't so invested really at all with their story.
No,
it was kind of almost too basic in a sense, where it was just like, okay, the dad doesn't like him for what reason? Like, you know,
right.
Of course the dad doesn't like him because he's not good enough. Like, so dumb, cock-blocking them the whole show. So it was kind of annoying in that respect, and all they were doing was a lot of crying and blubbering and melodrama, and they break up, they're together, and they're broken up more often than not. So I think that couple was just okay, like at best they're okay.
Right, exactly. At best they're okay.
But the other couple just sparkle, they just shine, they leap off the screen.
They really do.
And it's a great coupling, you know. Too bad they didn't make it in real life.
Oh, well.
No, well. All right. Anything else you want to add that's more general to the show before we get into spoilers?
So just a couple of things so people can understand, I guess, how big this show was. So the series basically was a huge hit in South Korea. It drew a peak audience share of 38.8%. So out of all audiences watching in South Korea, they are pulling almost 40% of all viewers. That is insane.
Yes. And that's just in Korea.
And I don't think, maybe the only thing that's doing those type of numbers here in America just on a scale would be something like the Super Bowl. That is the only type of thing that is pulling those type of numbers. It received several awards. It won the grand prize in television at the 52nd Baeksang Arts Awards and was named the most popular show of the year by the Korea Broadcasting Advertising Corporation. So, like, there was a big thing around this show. This was Song Joong-Ki's first acting role since being discharged from the South Korean military in 2015. Because
so I have to pause there.
It's mandatory.
It's a mandatory enlistment. Every able-bodied male has to go. They even have a joke of it in the show where the chairman, the sexual predator chairman, they called him a draft dodger at one point because he's basically comes from money. He's rich. He's entitled, and because of that, he can buy his way out of the draft. But so Song Joong-Ki went into the military for a couple of years, and then he came out, and this is his comeback. Gotcha. Which comebacks are like a huge thing in Korea. Everyone's like, oh my God, so and so's out, their comeback is going to be great, or this is their comeback show.
Right.
So this was his comeback show. And let me see. It was filmed in parts of Greece, which I'm sure you can. Yeah. That makes total sense.
Yeah, there's moments where you're looking like, this is really almost tropical, but not like Mediterranean-like. And that's why.
Yes, exactly. And this is very unique. The filming was completely done by the time it aired.
So what do you mean by that? It's unique.
So I don't know. This is like, I just know this already from so many years, but K-dramas are filmed simultaneously as they're airing. So maybe they'll have 2 or 3, maybe 4 episodes under their belt already done and complete, and they start airing those, and they're still filming the rest of the show.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So week by week, they're filming the next episode.
Ooh, no. Ooh.
Yes. So instead of like here in America, where they just have however many weeks or months of filming, they're filming, as they go along.
Gotcha. Okay, so here in America, there's 2 different types of ways that they make shows. So if you're talking about a show like Stranger Things that just pops out all the episodes, obviously, they're all done.
It's all done. Yeah.
If we're talking about a serialized show that airs...
Right, like Seinfeld or Friends or something like that.
Those, they'll start filming in the summertime. They'll get like a good 10 episodes in. Then as the season goes on, they'll film the other back half of the second, the season, but they'll have a bank of episodes well in advance.
Right.
Before.
I don't know how many are banked before they start airing, but it's not
as much as
lot.
Right, because I know that with American shows usually it's like 7 to 10 are banked going into the season.
I do not think it's 7 to 10 that are banked.
It doesn't sound like it, because the way like it's phrased, the fact that they're saying that it was completely done by the time it aired is a unique thing. So it sounds
means they were sitting back, everyone was at home watching the show. And here's the deal, like sometimes shows air and there's such a demand, everyone's so into it that they like change things or play up certain characters.
That's my thing,
because of popularity. And so basically the writing of it is very fluid based on what's needed to make it more popular or what have you.
That is a double-edged sword.
It is a double-edged sword. And so some shows will start amazing because obviously they had a clear vision and, the cast was set, and then shit happens. It didn't reach the numbers. Someone's schedule gets blown and like suddenly someone's not there anymore. Like a cast member's gone or they downplay a plot line and you're like, but they were going hard on this plot line before.
Right.
But because of XYZ, they like changed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Así, like, de momento. So it's very unique for them to just be like, we're done. This is how it is. It's not changing. Air it.
That is rare. I will say that. That is rare.
Yes. So with that said, we're going to talk some more song right after this.
Excuse me, 뭐라고?
괜찮아.
You know, I have no signal. Oh, sorry.
Swear, this crossing shit.
What?
All right, let's talk a little bit about their meet cute. So Yoo Si-jin and Kang Mo-young meet at the hospital. I particularly like this meet cute. I like that the sergeant, I just call him Sergeant Sidekick. He gets his phone stolen by a petty thief who's trying to get out of a neighborhood gang. So he's doing like random shit around town, like committing petty crimes. And the attending ER physician is Doc Sung. We'll call her Doc Sung.
Doc Sung.
And she immediately assumes the two of them are the thugs who beat up the kid. And I thought that was really fun. There is a subplot here automatically where Sergeant Sidekick comes from a similar background as the kid who's trying to get jumped out of the gang. Like he's like, oh, when I did it, XYZ, this happened instead of this. Or, wow, now they're using weapons now to jump somebody out of a gang. So he had that same upbringing where it was like a bad kid, was in a gang, and then he went in the military.
Right, exactly.
To clean himself up. So I don't know if I like that subplot necessarily because he takes the kid under his wing. I don't mind that the kid ends up in the military.
Right.
And ends up being like a little brother to them throughout the rest of the show.
Right, exactly. It's fine.
But as far as like, why do they have to match stories? Like, I don't know. Like, he could have just taken pity on him and be like,
right. There's a reason why they are side characters. They're on the side. You don't need to give them a full arc.
Right. Like, he had like a pretty strong arc. Like, I don't mind even later that they kind of go and cheer him on as he tries to get his GED. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
It was just the coincidental, like, oh, I'm the same. Like, this is why you should do what I do and like get out this way.
But I get you're trying to make that character sympathetic. So you have to give him like a job to do outside of being just a friend. Mm-hmm. You have to give him his own thing that he can do himself.
He really didn't have much to do in the rest of the show at all. And the fact that he didn't have much to do on top of the fact that there were so many guys on Alpha Team.
Yeah, there's what, like 6 dudes?
Yeah, there's like four to 6 guys on Alpha Team that are alongside, Song Joong-Ki and Sergeant Sidekick. So it's like, we don't really need this kid here.
No.
But he's how they get together because he steals a phone. Anyway, I found one of the earliest episodes I found was really devastating was when he ditched her at the movies. And she gets, on the same night she gets a call, she got passed up for that promotion again.
Oof. Yeah, that was
tough. How did you find that? Like, I was very emotional and like angry and upset, but also very sad, like borderline tears. I don't know why this combo struck me like so hard.
I wasn't that far.
Where then she starts like fighting the younger rival that has like zero surgical experience, but all of these family connections. So that's why she got the job.
Yeah.
And she just like, she gets humiliated and she gets forced to attend that TV guest spot instead of like that other girl that just got the job.
Right.
And particularly the scene of her reading aloud the script for the next day's TV show and trying to memorize it while crying, like that completely wrecked me. I don't know why that completely wrecked me.
I didn't feel the same way like that. I did feel like, damn, what a shitty day for this person.
Right?
Like, oh man, being stood up and losing out to an inferior person on a job. That really sucks. That's how I felt, but no, I did not get emotional with it.
I totally forgot that the way she gets over to Uruk, I don't even know how to pronounce it.
I think it's Uruk.
Uruk?
I think so.
Like Europe, but Uruk with a K.
The fictional
I'll just say it like that. It's a fictional country, it doesn't matter. But anyway, she gets shipped off to Uruk, like in retaliation.
Yeah,
because she slapped the shit out of the hospital chairman. I completely forgot about that. Like when he shows interest in her, I was like, what? I don't remember this.
And then
yes.
And then
meeting at the hotel.
now you're going to this
now you're going to the middle of nowhere.
war-stricken country of Europe.
Yes. How did you find the Greek? It was Greek, so we'll just call it Greek locale.
I think it was utilized just enough. Like I can tell that they're trying to make it a mishmash of like Middle East, Mediterranean type of thing.
Yes.
It's a mishmash. So that's why out of nowhere you'll just have people who speak English just randomly.
Yes.
You know, so I understand what they were trying to do. So it's fine. It's just a setting. I don't think they maximized what they could do with it though. Like,
I thought they did pretty well with it. They did keep it to like a desert kind of landscape. But I appreciated it. And the reason why I appreciate it is because some shows just take place in Seoul.
Right.
And they never leave Seoul.
Yeah, it's just
and so I
sense.
feel like this show kind of kicked off this trend where they started filming overseas.
Hey.
And Goblin, that other show that I was talking about in the beginning, which is also directed by one of the directors of this show, they go to Canada. And it's like Quebec, like beautiful, like
nice.
French Canada. And it came on directly on the heels of Descendants of the Sun. And I was like, are we doing this now? Like, are we just going to have a few episodes
where
they're
about
like...
that? Because this show also ends up in Canada.
Oh,
I can't
we'll
wait.
talk about
I
that.
can't wait to
we'll talk about that. Don't worry, it's in my notes. Okay, so you talked about characters speaking English.
Yeah.
This is very unique as well because Koreans that don't speak English don't sound good speaking English. So just like in any language, if you don't know the language, you sound kind of messed up saying the language.
Exactly.
So did it work?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, here's my biggest problem is that a lot of the people who were speaking English, their acting was not good.
No, and that's a trend. That's in every K-drama. Like every person who's supposed to be a native English speaker or be fluent in English sucks ass. Like they just completely terrible actors. Like I don't know where they find these people.
I'm trying to remember. There's a specific scene. I think it's later on in the season. Like there's these like guys with guns pointed at our, the star of the show, Song. And like he's able to like back them down and like, take them hand to hand combat type of thing. But before he does that, they're like, who is he talking to? Like, yeah. I'm like using the inflection that he's using.
Yes.
Man, let's kill him. Like, it's like, ugh. Like, I thought, no, this is awful. The English speakers were terrible for the most part.
Yes. What did you think of the villain, though? Well, one of the villains, really.
We're talking about Agus.
He was fine to me.
He himself is fine, and
yes.
his English is good and everything. I don't know where he's from, actually, but I do know that as a character, I didn't mind him at all. I just didn't really like the subplot of him like being this like human trafficker. Like it would pull us away from the story. Like, hey, you know, we really get along. You know, we should go on a date. And all of a sudden, we're thrown into like, where are my diamonds? And it's like, what the hell's going on?
All
You
right.
know?
So
that.
I guess I have this here is played by David McInnes.
Okay.
His father is American. His mother is Korean.
Okay.
He was born in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Go Packers.
So, yeah, he's an American, a Korean American. And I had probably the least issues with his English compared to, and acting, and compared to every other like throwaway, you know, character speaking English. Like it's just
so weird.
bad.
How bad.
It's awkward.
Yeah.
Like the timing is off on everything. Like, you know how you need to have the timing on a language as well.
Yeah, because it's not just knowing the words. You need to know the rhythm.
Yes. So like everyone else's timing was off. His was fine.
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah, I didn't mind him. I didn't even mind that he was Private Ryan, that he had this, like, he turned bad. Like, he was all of a sudden a mercenary / drug kingpin and mafioso. Like, I was fine with that.
It took me out of the show every once in a while.
Okay. So let's talk about the famous wine kiss. So, some shows have famous kissing scenes, and this is one of them because she's drinking wine, and then he's like, "Oh, never mind, I won't drink any." She's like, "Are you sure?" And then he goes, "Okay, just a taste." He says something to that effect, and then he just full on kisses her like out of nowhere.
Okay.
That's famous.
That's a famous scene.
That's a famous scene. Yeah.
Okay. I did not know
So
that.
you didn't even feel the significance of it when you were watching it. Okay.
No, I did not feel the significance of it. I think
fine.
it's because I just haven't watched a lot of shows like this. So for me, it was just like a kiss, and I was like, "Oh, they kissed." But
So,
yeah.
word of advice: not all shows have good kissing scenes, and it's really obvious when shows have good kissing scenes compared to those that don't.
Okay.
This is one that does have good kissing scene. Pretty Western, which is why you're probably like, whatever about it.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true.
So you're probably like, yeah, whatever. They're just locking lips. It's fine. But over here, I'm like, oh my God, they're kissing. Oh,
We would have such different reactions if we were watching this next to each other.
We totally would. Well, not that I had that reaction this time around because I knew what was coming.
You knew it was coming, but still.
Yeah. But the first time I watched it, I was like, the gasp. So I did not like the running gag of her wrecking cars.
I mean, I don't know if that leans into like a stereotype or something.
You're right. It kind of does.
It kind of does, like Asian.
It does
women
feel
drivers.
Yeah, no.
It's not a good look for the writers of this show. But then again, you know, it's a weird thing to say, but like they go by a different set of standards over there in terms of writing characters. Doesn't mean that it makes it good, or or if it's probably not even entertaining is the thing, but they're just leaning into that stereotype.
I didn't like it at all, and I didn't much like when she drove the red truck off the cliff and then he had to come save her. It felt like very like we had just come down from something large, like a big scene, and then she was on her way back, and then she wrecks the car for like no reason at all. Like it was very like abrupt to me.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it. However, without that scene, you wouldn't have her make this panicked voice memo where she reveals her true feelings, and that gets replayed at the bass later on.
Over the sound system.
And it's hysterical.
Oh, it's fantastic.
That's really good. So you like that part?
That was hilarious to me. Like she's just walking, and then like she hears like this screaming of a woman. And it's like, what? And then she realizes, oh shit, that's me.
Oh shit.
And she starts running. Like she is, and then there's like a slow motion shot of her like busting through the door to grab the phone.
And he looks so amused
he really
too.
does.
Like he's just like, oh my god,
he's enjoying it.
I adore that scene so much. So I like that. Like at the end of the day, the scene kind of had a payoff later on because of the voice memo. But honestly, like in the moment, I was like, ugh, not fun, not cool. Okay, so I did like how many times, like she breaks up with him like 3 or 4 times.
It's so dumb how many times.
And I know it's dumb, but after he kisses her without her consent, he asks her if he should apologize or confess, like whichever one you want me to do. Like, do you want to get this ball going, or do you want me to just quit right here and I'll apologize for kissing you without consent? And I love her response because she goes, "You're so amazing, like, but you're dangerous and I have no time to sort out my feelings because every time we're together, you leave."
That is true.
So don't confess. I'll accept your apology for kissing me without my consent. And I was like, damn. Damn. She has it, like, she's so articulate.
Yeah, she is.
So
she knows what she wants and she understands herself very well.
Yeah. Did you like their little flirtations? Like, no, I have to be backlit. That's how I'm most beautiful. And things like that.
There's a movie that reminds me of, and I can't remember what it was, but there was a character that was just like that. It's like, no, we have to be this way, and I can't remember what movie it was, but it reminded me of it. I thought it's like those little quirks of a character that make them who they are, because if not, they would just be like this blank slate of, oh, they are the romantic lead, but like little quirks like that help them stand out. Yes,
I really loved everything that Hye-Kyo was doing with Kang Moo-young, because you had that like candle gag where she's like, no, my best lighting is in like backlit with candles and stuff, or I'm sexiest when I'm in the OR.
Yeah,
that was cute too. And then she can't hold her drink, which is funny as well.
That's a great gag to use.
Yes,
that is a great gag to use.
Yeah, so I really liked all of her little things. And him too, like the 3 days drinking straight thing. Like when they're on break,
when
they're like 3 days, no sleep. And you're like, what?
Yeah, there's dudes that do that when they're like on a break from the military. Like I have friends who went to the military. And so when they have like that time off that is theirs, it is just like, go.
No. I had never heard of that until this show. Wow. Okay, so that's real. Yeah, so the solar energy plant collapses in a 6.7 magnitude earthquake.
Oh, okay.
And that's like 2 or 3 episodes of them just dealing with that.
Yeah, it went on too long for me.
Really?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it went on too long, and this is going to lead into another problem that I had. Which is using natural either disasters or, in this other case, pandemic or epidemic that they have to, I guess, keep them away in moments or keep them busy from being able to, be together. They have to do their jobs. They have to, keep the eye on the ball type of thing. And I get it. You have to create obstacles for them to be together. Right. But to what extent? Because some of these moments feel so far-fetched. Like, out of nowhere, it's this, here it's an earthquake. And then later on, it's this deadly disease. And it's like, okay, I guess. And that's how I felt when they introduced these plot lines. I'm like, really? This is what we're doing? So
I have to say these are quite original, like, plot lines. Because usually it's like someone got cancer, someone fell and got hurt and now they have amnesia, or the father-in-law. Like it's certain like tropes that they rely on a lot in some K-dramas, in many K-dramas. And this one they chose to do a natural disaster, which I feel like they covered very well. Like, I
mean, they did.
The whole like they were like, okay, everyone's fine. And then they're like, the solar plant collapsed and everyone was like, oh shit. And then all hell breaks loose when they go and help out. Same thing with the M3 virus that they get at some point.
Yeah, that was like one that I'm just like, oh, I don't know why.
So the virus was like what broke you.
Yeah, I don't know why we're doing this and why. Like,
so
why is this
in a
an
world
obstacle?
without COVID, this plot line was like fine. Like I wasn't like, oh my God, here we go. Like quarantine and the whole freaking bit. No, it was like, oh shit. Like I was like all in.
I was not into that specific line.
So I feel like you were more against the M3 virus storyline.
Yeah, no, totally.
You were like, oh, no.
Yeah, like,
absolutely not. Wouldn't take that.
Because then not only is it affecting our main characters, but then like side characters on the side have it because they're the ones that transmitted it to this base.
Yes.
Things
become intertwined.
Yeah, they could become intertwined in storylines.
In that moment, because you have the Diamonds dude who's in league with Aegis, or Agus, however you say his name.
I think it's Aegis, I think.
He swallows the diamonds.
Yes.
What was it? Like $2 million worth of diamonds.
He does
twice.
It twice.
And he's like on the run, trying to get out of the country, gets stopped for the worst Arab costuming I've ever seen. Like, in what world would they believe that, like, mustache that he had on?
Oh, boy, that was so bad.
And the getup. It was so bad.
So terrible.
So he gets stopped from ever leaving, and then he gets real sick on the base, on the Korean base. And apparently he'd been suffering from an M3 virus, which is highly contagious and all that shit. It's basically COVID.
No, the way they described it was if they had the M2, it's a little worse than the flu. If you have 3, it's only a little better than Ebola.
Correct. A little better than Ebola.
Yeah, I think that's even worse.
So I didn't mind it at all. Yeah. It threw them all into a tizzy, and I kind of just didn't like how they got to the quick conclusion that Myung-ju had it.
Yeah.
Like they were like, oh, there's an overnight, labs over here.
And of course, it's like this American base or something.
An American base, and they can synthesize the samples and give them the results super fast versus another closed. And I was like, okay, this is like too easy. Like, not that it was easy, but it was just like convenient.
Convenient because so this is weird because when a show, you told me that this was filmed all before.
Yes.
They purposely chose a storyline like this to put into the show to create drama without knowing what the impact would be on the audience.
Yeah.
I wonder if the audience is...
I mean, that's like a movie.
I mean, yeah, it's like a movie, sure. And it's like a typical show here in the United States. But, after you told me what they do in Korea, I wonder if this is something that would have gone through if they had done the traditional route of we're going to film a couple at a time, Maybe other things start to make their way through,
So the other thing that I feel was probably rubbing you the wrong way is because that storyline aimed to bring the second couple closer together.
Right.
So, and that's the couple that you're like,
I mean, it's really whatever. Like if they're on screen, I don't mind them, but it's not that captivating between them.
Right.
Because it's always a lot of hiding stuff, or they're, constantly bickering, about, you never show your emotions, or, I want to be with you, but we can't. And like, I have to keep this serious facade. And like,
yes,
it's too much of it. Like there's not enough in the other direction of, them sneaking off, being like a couple who's in love. Like you never feel like they're truly in love. So that was my sticking point with them.
I would agree with you 100%, is that they're going so hard on trying to be together. And especially her, like Myung-ju, I should say.
Yeah.
Is trying so hard to like get with him and have her father stop interfering and all that stuff. And I'm like, but to what end? You guys don't even really seem to like each other, like when you're in the same room. So the chemistry, I feel like, wasn't there. And also, despite the chemistry, their foundation, any flashbacks that they showed weren't really servicing their love story. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
So I completely agree with you. Going back to the earthquake, though, I loved how they made Dr. Kang choose between the two workers, like who to save.
Who to save.
Yeah, I was like, damn, that's heavy. So that was dramatic.
It was dramatic to say the least, yes.
Yes. So switching gears, though, they receive a package from a couple flirty flight attendants that they had a wild night out with before they got with their girls. And the boys run to intercept the package when it arrives.
Yes.
That whole part, I loved it. I thought it was so funny. Because the girls get to it first, they open it. It's covered in like hearts and like flirty messages, and they're just like trying to like play it
like
off.
A pure sprint to them when they find out.
Yeah. So did you enjoy that part, or was it like whatever?
I thought it was fine. Like it was a fun mix up to, get them at odds.
Okay. I was cackling. Yes. So Private Ryan is a subplot. We have the cock-blocking general father as a subplot. We also have the asshole with the diamonds as a subplot.
Yeah.
We also have the young doctor with the crisis of faith.
Oh, yeah.
Or he had a mega guilty conscience over abandoning a patient in the collapsing rubble of the solar energy plant.
Yes.
And I would love to cut that out completely. I hated it every minute that he was dealing with like this crazy guilt and crying and just like over the whole thing. I was like, no, just cut it out.
Obviously, there's a moment. I believe we're talking about the same doctor that during when the power goes out and the guy who swallowed the diamonds is like having an attack, he's having like foam at the mouth. He's the one that is like trying to.
Yes.
Okay. So,
he bites him.
Yeah, he bites him. Okay. So I just want to make sure that we were talking about the same one. He gets that shot of like redemption of not being nervous and not, like going into his job head on. But everything leading up to that was just like I don't care why you're showing me this, but I get like they were ramping up to a redemption for him. Like he's taking his job seriously. He doesn't care about his own life. He cares about the other life.
Exactly. The character himself was super Hye-Kyo. Like everything he was doing was Hye-Kyo, which is just to mean like cutesy.
Okay.
Like all of his mannerisms, and he was like annyeong. Like everything was super cute, and it's so annoying to me. If they're doing it as a joke or they're doing it sparingly, like okay, fine, I'll allow. But his whole personality was Hye-Kyo, and I hated it. Hated it. And then they cut back, like whenever something's happening to him, they cut back to the hospital, and he comes from money, and his family apparently owns the hospital. And so his mother is like ranting and having a whole fit and like making a scene in the hospital whenever he's in trouble, or there's something that like the earthquake happened and they can't find out what happened to anybody. Like I found that so grating.
Exactly.
So grating on me.
It was annoying. And it's unnecessary because now you're trying to fill in a plot or something for every character to do, and you don't need that. You don't need every character to have their own mini arc. It's not necessary.
Yes, so he had an arc, and that was annoying as hell to me. So, last subplot I'll talk about is the North Korean soldier wanting to go back north after he finds out a high-ranking official is selling North Korean assassins to mafias, and the official plans to kill him. So, that whole thing was very convoluted. Felt more like a Born Identity kind of deal, like or Iris. Iris. is another show. You know Iris?
No.
You haven't? Okay, so Iris is another like espionage type K-drama.
Oh, okay.
And it was very popular as well. So it felt like too much, like all of a sudden towards the end of the show, like they had this man and it was like dire situation. And you're like, oh, but why? So that was kind of annoying. Although that's how Shijin gets shot.
Right.
Is like dealing with that whole thing.
Dealing with that entire situation.
Right. So it's like, catch-22.
Yeah.
It is a catch-22. So, episode 13, we get Subway. They're eating at Subway. I have to mention this. If you've read any of the Daebak reviews that I do on the blog, you will know that I hate every time they have Subway in a show. It is so annoying to me.
It's got to be a contract thing.
It's a sponsorship.
Yeah,
it's a contract thing. 100%. Subway's throwing money at them, and they're like, oh,
whenever
let's just make them eat at Subway.
Right. It's whenever an Audi shows up in an Avengers movie.
Exactly. So it's the same thing, except it's terrible, because in what mind could you think that Subway is like amazing food? Like, sometimes they go to Subway and they're like, this sandwich is so good. And you're like, the fuck? Like, no. No. What are they smoking? So I have to mention the fact that Subway is still trying to crowd these K-dramas. I liked in episode 13 because Joong-Ki meets the chairman in the elevator, and the chairman's like, how come you don't have any more information about Mo-young's boyfriend? He's in the military and all this stuff, and he's like in the elevator with them.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do remember it.
The assistant's like, the only picture we have is this one, and it's a group shot. And he comes from behind, he's like, oh yeah, her boyfriend's that one, and points to himself.
Oh, that's a good one.
I know. It's so good. Okay, so episode 14, we have Joong-Ki tries to trick her after leaving the hospital.
Yeah.
Which I found hysterical as well. He's trying to like get back into his hospital robes after going out for that quick mission regarding the North Korean soldier.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't undo my pants because I have this
cast.
The cast on my arm. And the friend's like, why'd you put it on? Like, why'd you take it off? And he's like, because I wanted to commit the perfect crime. Like, so I really like that part too.
I did like that he was a bit of a jokester.
Yes, he was. He was definitely joking throughout the whole show. Did you like the meet cute between the boys though? Because they show when Yoo Si-jin meets Sergeant So Dae-young.
I'm having a hard time remembering what happened.
Their whole meet cute is that the cock-blocking general father wanted her to get with Joong-Ki.
Okay, gotcha.
And so she said, I'll help you out in getting a little bit of revenge on your ex at this wedding if you tell Joong-Ki that we're dating. Like, tell him that we're dating, and so then I don't have to date this guy that I don't even like.
Okay.
Just because my father wants me to date him. And so he did, but not before they meet under this umbrella in the rain. Like, they kind of, Joong-Ki runs up on him under the umbrella.
His arm on his over his shoulder.
Like, that's a fucking meet cute.
Pretty much.
Between these two, it's like a beautiful bromance is what I'm trying to say. And I had a great time watching them. I like they go to eat, they go to drink, and he's just like, we're dating.
We're dating.
Like a robot. He's just like, we're dating. And he's like, dating who? And he tells him, yeah, we're dating.
Dating. And I
he's
think
like,
he even
okay,
says
how long have you been dating? And he's like, a year. And then he's like, okay, when'd you meet? He's like, a year. When'd you meet? He's like, a month ago.
A month ago. And he's like, what?
He's like, what? So that was hilarious too. Like their meet cute and the whole thing afterward was really funny and cute. Episode 15, our boys die.
Yeah, our boys die.
I was a wreck, an emotional wreck. I knew where it was going to go. And I was like, oh my God, like it felt so real again. Like to see them like die again. Wow. So, yeah, the boys die. They have this whole thing. The government comes to make them sign a non-disclosure. It's insane.
So if I could tell you this, I never bought that they were dead.
No.
Never.
There's no way that they were dead. This
No
is
way.
the closest a show has come to making me think that they were dead. Because usually at the end of episode 15, everything gets wrapped up to a certain degree, and then episode 16 starts, and it's basically almost like an epilogue. Like, this is how the happy ending happens. Yeah. So it doesn't do that. Like, at the end of 15, you still think they're dead.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh my God, like, are they really dead? And then they have this big time jump, like a year later.
And
so
yeah, and then finally is when we get that reveal. She like goes out to the burial ground, I guess is like where they think.
So she goes on a volunteer mission to Albania on the 1 year anniversary of his death, which in Korea, death anniversaries are really big. They have this whole kind of ceremony where they bow and show their respect. And then they also have a table full of like fruits and food for them, the deceased, to eat, because they're like a ghost at this point.
Yeah.
So she does that in Albania. She's like going through the motions and mourning still. And she's like, everyone tells me I have to let you go and all this stuff. And he finds her in the deserts of Albania and they reunite.
Yep. She has the walkie-talkie. And he calls through there.
Yeah. I think he says his call sign, like Big Boss. Yeah.
Yeah. And then finally he's like, turn around. And then you see him coming over the horizon.
She thinks it's a ghost. She's like, now I'm hearing things.
Yeah.
Like,
she is.
It's great.
She's a mess.
She's a friggin' mess. I love that like montage of her just reacting.
Yeah.
Like she's like hitting him and
like
crying and I hate you and all that stuff.
Different steps of
acceptance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was great to see. And then finally she's like, oh, I love you. And they hug and it's fine. So I will say that the FaceTime call that she has with her medical team, just, I was on the floor.
That was funny. I was
on the floor.
Because they're like, they're looking behind her. It's like, hey, it's the 1 year anniversary. And like, they're seeing like him eating the food and they're like,
he's eating the memorial food.
Like, the ghost is eating the food.
Does she see him? And they're just completely taken aback. Super flabbergasted. They lose their shit. Like the doctor faints. One of the doctors faints. It's so good. So that was really well done. I had a great time with that little scene of they're just like, oh my God. And then they call her back too. And they're like, listen, you have to let him go. You have to tell him how you feel. And she's like, he's here. We also get Red Velvet. Do you know who Red Velvet is?
My assumption is that it is a girl pop group.
It's a girl group, major girl group. They make a cameo, like singing one of their songs at the base.
Yeah.
And that's a whole like quick thing.
Yeah,
too.
like it's the same day that they were going to go out to be shipped out, pretty much.
That's what they told the girls, is that they were going to get shipped out or they had some sort of mission that day. They had to go in, what have you. And instead, it was a Red Velvet concert.
Red Velvet concert at the base.
Yes. And they're dancing and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
So last subplot we'll talk about is the older doctor and the older nurse that have a flirtation throughout the whole show.
Yeah.
And at the very end, she finally decides to clean out his C drive, which has the Wild Bird folder on it, that he's like, if I die, you have to clear it. You have to delete it. And she's thinking there's porn, there's something crazy on it.
Right.
And so she goes in. He's still alive. He's not dead.
No,
at all.
They just happen to use his laptop.
Yes.
The male doctor, the young doctor, he's using the laptop, and then she like, hold on, let me use it.
Yeah, leave it open.
Yeah.
So she goes into the C drive, and it's pictures of her throughout every era of her life.
And
she's like, so touched.
Yeah.
It's like so touching. And he's like, that was gonna be my proposal. That was like my whole thing. It's like, I've loved you like my whole life, basically.
That was adorable.
It was adorable. They completely overshadowed our second couple.
Oh, for sure.
So Young and Myungju, like, just
for sure.
Eat your heart out, because this couple completely wrecked their whole relationship. They just went up to them in that one moment. Yeah. And then she's like, I'll pay, when I finish paying you back or whatever. She borrowed money from him for her kids' tuition. She's like, then we'll get married or we'll get together. And he's like, what? For real? What?
Yeah. Can you borrow it right now?
Yeah. But can you get a loan? Yeah. So I love that.
That was great.
With that couple.
That was wonderful.
So cute.
Yes.
Ugh.
Totally. Loved it.
So sweet. Okay, so this is the moment you guys have been waiting for because the show ends up with 2 side characters getting married. We don't see these side characters, but everyone ends up in Canada for the wedding. So we're in Vancouver. The young doctor that we have a problem with his whole arc comes up and breaks the 4th wall and says something to the effect of, like, this is the end, you know, we had a good time, we had a wild time, and then lights go out, a volcano has erupted in Vancouver, Canada, and they have to go into survival mode all over again.
And they do it with this, like, same shit as always type of attitude. Like the women taking off their heels, like brushing off their makeup, the guys loosening up their ties. All right, we got to get to work, pretty much type of vibe. What the hell of an ending is this?
What the hell is that?
Like what?
What the hell?
Yeah, what the hell? Like I watched that. I was like, did I accidentally change the show? But then I was like, no, those are the same people. I couldn't have changed it. They're in Vancouver for some reason. And like we don't see who's getting married, just like you said. But then out of nowhere, like a waiter just like barges in. There's a volcano that is erupting. And it's like, what?
So I hated that.
It's
obviously.
terrible.
It was awful.
It's awful.
Completely uncalled for. I think the show should have ended when they were just hanging out, sitting on the rusted up ship that's on in Greece, essentially.
Yes.
But back in Europe. That's where the show.
That's where the show should have ended. I agree. No. What is this volcano? Oh my god.
When they said volcano, I was like, wow, this is why I did not remember how this ended. Because it's so god awful. Like, I just blocked it.
Not the way you want to try to land the plane on a show.
No.
Hey, let's come in hot onto this runway and like throw caution to the wind.
Yeah.
And at least it'll be memorable, hopefully.
Jeez, that was bad shit.
Yeah.
So bad.
And then like the final pose where they're all like walking towards camera and freeze frame in their uniforms.
Man. Bad.
Overall,
that was cheesy as hell.
Oh, that terribly cheesy.
Yeah.
That aside, that very last 5 minutes aside.
Yes.
I think the show, I think the show did a good job of getting us to where we needed to go, which is caring about the characters. Obviously, this is a K-drama, so I can't really speak too much on it, but could this have been done in shorter episodes? Of course. But, there's a certain amount of time that they have to fill. 16.
I think it was good at 16. It would have been excellent at like
13.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you could start cutting out the fat. There is fat.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And when you start trimming out the fat, you really tighten up the script. You start tightening up the arcs that you really want to focus on. And you don't have this like dilly-dally moments of the show. Another thing that I'm still getting used to, and it's been a little tough, is that the shows are like truly an hour. They're not like the 45-minute thing here in America where the show is an hour in quotation marks. And really, because of commercials, they're down to 42, So that is a bit of a throws you off. Throws me off a bit because every time I think, we're reaching the climax of the episode.
Right, you wouldn't think that 15 minutes would affect you so much, but it does.
But it does because in my mind, I guess, because I'm kind of trained in a certain way where I'm watching a show and like an internal clock starts going through and it's like, I think we're reaching that third act of this episode and we should be wrapping up right around now. And then it turns out, oh no, we still got 15 to 20 minutes left. So that's been the thing that I've trying to get used to. Still a little off there.
But at least you finished this show.
Yes,
Come on.
this one I
Points
did finish.
given.
I did
Yeah.
finish this one because I was more engaged and much more sympathetic towards the leads. Again, you gotta be able to hook me in with a lead.
Yeah.
If not, I'm not going to continue the show. You know,
No.
even if the show can be cheesy, I don't mind if there's a little bit of cheese to a show, as long as I care about the main characters. So, just as a quick example, there is this show on there's this show on Netflix, right? I only saw one episode, and it's The Baker and the Beauty.
What? You watched that?
I saw one episode, just because. Like it's centered around Miami and like
Oh, it does?
yeah, it's about a young guy who has a Cuban family. They own a bakery in Miami, and
Oh, a Cuban bakery?
Yes, a Cuban bakery. Do you have the Cuban bread thing? Like they have it. They talk in
Yes.
Spanish every once in a while. So I wanted to watch it because of that, and so
And you want to like it.
and I want to like it because like it's a Hispanic show that kind of resembles how I grew up, or at least the area that I grew up in. But after the show ends, the first episode, I didn't care enough about the main
you just
characters.
Don't care. You're not invested, so there's no reason for you to come back.
So I didn't jump back into the next episode because I just didn't care enough about the main character. Here in this show, I cared enough about the main characters that allowed me to be able to say, you know what, next episode, let's do this. So that is what really drives a show for me. Yeah, you can have an exciting premise. Your show can be about like this really far out concept, high concept is what they like to call it. But if you don't nail down the characters, like you're not going to get people to care. In particular, someone like me.
Same. I'm the same way. I'm pretty harsh on shows nowadays.
Oh yeah.
I don't just stick around. I'm like hoping that it'll get better. I'm like, nope, bye.
I know.
I value my time, guys. So yeah, I think that's a wrap for Descendants of the Sun.
Descendants of the Sun.
Oh, what'd you give it? Oh crap! We're doing this real late.
Out of 5?
Yeah, out of 5.
I settled on. I guess I would settle on a 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
Okay, I would give it a 4 out of 5.
Gotcha.
It is still a very, very good show to me.
Like we mentioned before, the acting really helps it
Yeah.
be at that level for me of a 3.5.
Yeah.
What brings it down is like those extra subplots that,
Yes.
or like the crazy out of nowhere things, natural disaster stuff. And it's like, why are we here?
I almost discount that ending. I'm like, okay, I
I'm
don't
not
think
even
they
counting
mean
that in
to-
there. I'm just
Yeah,
talking
me
about like
neither.
the stuff during the watching of the
Yes.
show. So
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, I think that's it. That's been our show. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Rico, and this has been ATC Presents Daebak K-Rambles Podcast.